So the Black Ops 7 beta has now concluded, and man, I don't want to say anything too crazy, but Call of Duty just might be back. I know that sounds crazy, especially after the run this series has been on, but this beta has been a real joy to play, and I can't really remember the last time I've said that about this game. And it's not even just me, the general consensus seems to be this could be the year Call of Duty can get back on track. So let's discuss the beta, starting with the zombies. Now there isn't too much to say as it was just a survival map, which was just farm again anyway, plus all the mechanics were not included, so from what we did get, there isn't too much of an indicator here that zombies will be good or bad this year. I mean, instantly, this lobby screen needs to learn that it's overstayed its welcome. It's not cool seeing your random operator wandering around this room with some spooky lighting. It has sucked for years, and it's about time someone let it know its time is up. Also, this ties into one of the biggest problems for modern zombies, but seeing start mission on the zombies mode just feels dumb, and although it's not a big deal or anything, it's a small piece of why we are here where we are now. So anyway, we load in, and the positives are the movement and traversal is very nice. It has been good since Cold War, where we can just jump and vault over everything now. You know, it's nothing major, but it does make getting around the map that much easier. We also have the Rampage Inducer returning, very useful, especially on survival maps where you will just be going for high rounds anyway, so being able to speed up those tedious early rounds is always going to be a bonus. We didn't get to see the augments, but I'm expecting them to be very similar to Black Ops 6 anyway, as it's basically the same perks bar one, so we shall see how they work out. The new bear mini boss is pretty cool. It's pretty annoying also with its persistent damage, but overall it's fine, it's a cool addition. The Ravagers are also a very nice special round, and then the atmosphere seems to be pretty good. Of course, anything with a bit of colour and a creepy feel to it instantly beats Liberty Balls, but that will be more important on Ashes of the Damned, the main map coming at launch. Although there are some problems here that will sadly remain for as long as this whole modern zombies torture lasts. Salvage and the armor system just sucks. Plain and simple. Salvage is just another chore you have to keep up with, and armor is so terrible. That is solely what Jug is there for, and then just having to constantly plate up all the time is just super annoying and has been since its introduction. And then we have things like the point system where you only get points on kills, and then using operators which lessens the impact the characters have on the story and the synergy of a set crew. We shall see how it works with the classic cast returning. I just know it won't feel like it used to. Thankfully though, a lot of these quote-unquote problems are solved through the brand new Cursed mode coming at full release, which will supposedly give us that old school zombies feel with a different HUD, more similar to Black Ops 3. Old point system, no salvage or armor, and starting in with a pistol. I'm hoping this will feel as good as it sounds, as it's exactly what a lot of the fan base have been asking for, and it's also great that it's optional, as sometimes you do want to load in with a certain gun for camos, etc. But if you are taking it seriously and want that old immersive zombies experience, it's right there for you. Zombies really does have a lot of potential this year, so I'm very, very excited to see how it will turn out. But now moving on to the main attraction, the multiplayer this year, goddamn good. Of course we'll go into the maps, mechanics, etc., but we need to address the elephant in the room. I never thought this day would come. I thought the suffering would never end, but there is indeed light at the end of the tunnel. Skill-based matchmaking is being significantly reduced, and not only that, but this is going to be the standard game mode when the game releases. This is the biggest talking point not only for the beta but for all of Black Ops 7, and hopefully every single COD after that will follow in its footsteps. It has never made sense to anyone with a brain why you would have such strict skill-based matchmaking in a casual mode when there is already a ranked mode anyway. And sure, we all understand why it's been implemented, but the simple fact is that a casual mode should have any player at any skill level. I should go into games sometimes with amazing players, sometimes with the worst players imaginable, and then everywhere in between, because we are in that game mode to chill out, grind some camos, and just to overall have some fun. And if you are wanting that challenge, then ranked mode is there waiting for you. I would even suggest having some pretty good rewards in ranked to incentivize players to try it out. Overall, this is a win for gamers everywhere, and it's not only made the beta way more fun for basically everyone, but it's made me so excited to play the full game and get to camo grinding. Honestly, there has never been anything worse in the entire world than trying to get a pistol or a knife to gold and beyond while playing in CDL lobbies. And I mean, sure, it's a little bittersweet. This should never have had to be such a big deal anyway, right? As like, let's say Fortnite randomly remove the building and everyone complains for 5 whole years, and then they randomly add it back, and the developers are like, yeah, we've been listening to your feedback and we want to do what's right for our community. But nonetheless, the biggest part is that it is finally gone, and it better be for good. But of course, after that, what is the actual multiplayer experience like? Well, it's actually really good. It's got a good blend of like a Black Ops 3 mixed with the modern titles, where movement isn't necessarily the defining factor of your skill and how good you will be, but there is absolutely a movement skill gap. The new wall jump is great, as it seems like you can do just fine without it, but it does add a lot of little outplay maneuvers that will give you the advantage if you do master it. The maps are also really good. None of them were particularly bad, and they all flow really well. None of them feel too big or small, and they all have their own unique traits with the wall jump, allowing for different jump spots and routes through the map. The perks were fine, although there were a few that felt like a necessity and you were just at a disadvantage if you weren't using them. And then these score streaks have caused some controversy, but I love them personally. They feel old school, where they are overpowered as hell, as demonstrated by that sniper that shoots through every single wall on the map. But as they should, right? If you go on a massive kill streak, you have earned the right to a lot of kills. So overall, it's a really good multiplayer, man. There is no major issues, as well as less skill-based matchmaking. Majority of people seem to have a good time with it, and at launch, with hopefully some more changes and a lot more maps and things, especially some returning from Black Ops 2, BO7 really does have an optimistic feel about it, and I, for one, cannot wait to get my hands on the full game. Please let me know what you guys thought if you have played the beta, if you are just excited or rightfully skeptical. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye guys.